Hello and welcome to Shoreline Music Monthly. My name is Mark Koshwitz. Very excited about tonight's show. We have the official Connecticut State Troubadour, Kate Callahan, in. And scheduling is never an exact science. It's a little later you're also going to meet a young lady who has been putting on a concert to raise money for the last few years instead of a birthday party. So I thought that was really cool. Found out about it last year. It was a little late to get her on, but we fit it in now because the event is in September. And it just, the way schedules worked out, coincidentally, the young lady directly to my right is actually going to be a special guest star at Pumpkin Fest as well. I'd like to introduce you to Connecticut's official state troubadour, Kate Callahan.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to be here.
Absolutely wonderful. We both just did some highway driving, so we'll
land. We'll take a minute here.
Folks, longtime watchers may be familiar with the Connecticut State Troubadour position, but not all of us probably. So if you don't mind, maybe you could, I don't know, give us a little rundown on what it is and what it means and what it does and that kind of stuff.
Well, it's first of all, I've lived in Connecticut most of my life, and feel grateful that I stuck it out in Connecticut as an adult because of this position that Connecticut is probably one of maybe only a few states that honors a singer-songwriter with a formal position. And that position was given the name State Troubadour. In 1991, the position was established through legislative process, and so it's a legal position in the state. And every 2 years, the Connecticut Office of the Arts puts out an application, and folk singers from around the state apply to be the next Connecticut State Troubadour. Part of that application is writing an original Connecticut song, which I've done twice now because I applied 4 years prior to being appointed, and I didn't get it. So second time was a charm for me.
Because everything rhymes with Connecticut.
It's no easy task to write a song with the word Connecticut in it, but you'd be surprised to hear some of these songs.
And you've been in the role now how long?
Well, about 1.5 years. Yeah. So I've just got 6 months to go, and it goes by so fast. But it's an incredible platform, and most people ask, what does the State Troubadour do? And upon being given the title, I'm asked to perform at a handful of state events and state ceremonies each year, and they bring me in because they believe that the element of song would lend inspiration to the event. So I do a number of events like that every year, but the position itself is very co-creative, and the Connecticut Office of the Arts says, here's a platform, you do with it, Kate, what you would like to do. And so for me, over my 2 years, I have begun to take steps to work with the female prison population. So I'm at a point now where I've received 2 grants to bring a vocal empowerment workshop to the women at York Prison down in Niantic. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a future?
Yes. So what I've learned in the process is that
take a bureaucracy, move slow.
You can't snap your fingers and get into the prison.
All right, gotcha.
So it's taking some time, but all of the pieces are coming together, and I hope by the end of my term I will have been able to begin the program. And I'll continue giving the program even when I'm not troubadour anymore.
Well, feel free to keep us in that loop, because that sounds kind of fascinating.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to. I'd be happy to. I think it's, women in prison have lost all of their resources. And I believe that the voice is this innate, natural resource that we all have as human beings. And so my mission is to come into the prison and help these women who've lost everything remember that they'll never be left without their voice, and that their voice can be a positive influence on their future.
I was born to a family of four. We told jokes, we sang in the car, with the windows down in summer, spring, and fall. We sang songs to feel who we were, and we drove Connecticut roads, and we'd sing until we got home. Well, Sis and I saw the future bright from the top of Target Mountain's green. So she went home, she went overseas, and I mounted stages to sing, and lifting off out of Bradley Field, over homes and farms and growing trees. Well, I could see the roads where I'd come from, and why my home is where I wanna be. And I drove Connecticut roads, and I'd sing until we got home. And certain roads bend back and forth and become trials, and other roads lead to the truth and save us miles. And I went searching for a city skyline, and I ended up in the heart of a city growing all the time like me. This is where I've gotten my start. Now I see friends on the road of life, and this road is everything we've known. Of jobs and health, finding love of self, we do it here in this place we call home. And we drove Connecticut roads, and we'd sing until we got home. Connecticut roads. All the way home.
I saw on your website, and we just chatted about it a little off camera, but I am fascinated by the idea of children songwriting classes. Because, I don't know, I'm picturing the young ones, I don't know, just wanting to write songs about how their older brother picks on them. Or,
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I've been teaching young children for about 3 years now, so it's a little newer in my basket. But the young children that I teach have a lot of wisdom. And so while they are inclined to write silly songs and whimsical songs, they also have very deep things to say about themselves and each other and the world, and those come out in their songs. So part of the process I go through with the young kids is to help them write a song. I play the accompaniment on the guitar, they sing, they write the lyrics, and then I record it. And I make MP3 files of the songs, so we can send them home to their parents, and they can have them forever. So that's part of the process with the young students. I also teach teenagers every summer, and it's the same thing. I mean, given a creative outlet, I think the next generation is compelled to use their voice and write and sing about things that make people feel and think and consider, so it's always an honor to teach songwriting, because I learn a lot from these kids.
Sounds very rewarding.
Yeah, it is.
And what do you personally have on the horizon? What's coming up in Kate's world next?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. I had a great summer and was able to launch a 30-day crowdfunding campaign on the platform Indiegogo. And the campaign I was out there so I could raise funds to make my next album and put it out there and get it promoted on the folk DJ circuit. And so I had a very successful campaign, raised 125% of my goal.
Nice.
So exceeded the goal, and I will.
And Indiegogo's nice, and it's not an all or nothing, but it's still really nice when you can achieve what you set as a goal and then blow by it. That's gotta feel great.
It did feel great. It felt very affirming of what I'm doing at this point in my career, and that people were excited to hear new music. I also am becoming more and more vocal in helping to reduce the stigma of people who live with mental health issues. So that was also part of my campaign. And that's personal to me because I do deal with mental health issues regularly. So this campaign had like a few layers to it. There was the music, there was the social message, and then there was the fact that I'm the state troubadour and I'm putting this music out as the state troubadour. So what will happen this fall is I'll head over to Dirt Floor Recording Studio in Haddam. See Eric Lichter, and I'll record 9 more songs with him, and hopefully have an album to release by the end of the year.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I looked in the headlights and I saw you on the edge. I saw God just below you, ready to catch. And height has a way with making you small. When dying gets you larger after the fall. And I said, swing low, sweet chariot, all coming for to carry me home. You drank down the sugar, it's sweet on the mouth, and you lay with your baby and love her out. Wake wake up amazing, calling it grace, 'cause you died there together, face to face. And I said, swing low, sweet chariot, oh, coming for to carry me home. Ooh, and I'm asking God now to take me home, because all I ever was and will be is a soul. And I said this was a one-way to open up, and it's so beautiful to finally be loved. And I said, swing low, sweet chariot, oh, coming for to carry me home. And I said, swing low, sweet chariot, oh, coming for to carry me home.
Hello, I'm here again with Connecticut State Troubadour, Kate Callahan, and we are now joined by an amazing young lady who is here to tell us about a wonderful event that she's got coming up in the near future called Punkinstock. It's actually the 3rd annual Punkinstock, and we have the architect of Punkinstock with us, Miss Adelaide Datzuk. And I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
Very cool event.
Yeah.
So we've got, you've got Kate playing.
Yes, I do.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of other folks here, Eric Paradine, Melanie Michaud,
Yes.
Elizabeth Kelly, and Mariah Roberto.
Yeah.
All right, and these are folks you play with or just know from?
I know from LaSalle's.
Oh, LaSalle. Oh, cool. Because you play there a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's neat. I've been there a couple times. It's very nice. So this event is to raise money and to raise awareness for survivors of traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
And what brought that to your attention?
Well, my dad was working with people with brain injuries, and I just wanted to let people know how important it is that people have something good for them, and music actually does cure and helps heal fast for brain injuries. It makes them calm down.
Very nice. Very nice. And some of the money is to go to raise money to actually purchase musical instruments as well?
Yes, it is.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Kate, you mentioned that you have a personal reason for wanting to be involved in this as well.
I do. Yeah, I met the Datsuks a couple of years ago performing at Mindscape Industries
for the Eye of the Arts.
Yeah, and I was connected with them because I am a survivor of traumatic brain injury. And music played an incredibly transformative role in my recovery from that
that injury. So now I love to be involved with events and organizations that also marry the arts with the recovery process.
So this is going to be awesome. It's I've got details here. You can fill me in anytime you like, but I've got September 30th at Larson's Garden Center in Burlington.
Yeah, Covey Road.
Covey Road?
Covey Road, Burlington,
Okay.
Connecticut.
Now I saw some pictures of, so there's like different sets inside?
Yeah, there's different places where I'll be playing and a few other people will be playing with me.
Oh, nice. And then there's another stage in the middle?
Yeah, there's a stage in the middle that all the people will perform once in a while.
All right, so it sounds like you got a good plan.
Yeah.
So this is your third time through, so you got all the bugs worked out now. This is just going to be amazing.
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully all you folks are free on September 30th, 6 to 9, Punkinstock, Adelaide. Our state troubadour, Kate Callahan, is going to be there, and a lot of other wonderful acts, so I think you should take a peek at it.
Yeah.
Get down there and visit the young lady. I've seen her at Locapalooza.
Yeah.
She can bring it. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks.
Everywhere a wall stands bare between your fear and your life. Well, you know a wall like you know your pride. And if we look for the good, we'll get on the other side. And when you're broken, your heart is frozen, lift your head, lift your eyes, and see the sun, and feel its size. And if we look for the good, we'll get on the other side. Well, you got fear, you got a mess, you got a fight and embarrassment. Well, you got all the time inside to see things right and embrace it. And all this ground beneath your feet, it grows for good, it grows for life. Let nature speak. And go ahead, confide. And if we look for the good, we'll get on the other side. And the crumbling of a thousand walls is by design. And the crumbling of a thousand walls is by design. Open, love, embrace, involve, invite, inspire, it's time. And love, 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 love. Open, love, embrace, involve, invite, inspire. It's time.
right, well, thanks again for watching Shoreline Music Monthly. I just want to take one moment to mention another upcoming event. I love when local musicians give back to the community. And I'd like to tell you about an event that's coming up in October to help one of our own. It seems Jim Harper, who's half of the wonderful local duo Harper and Owens, an all-around good guy, had a little bit of a health hiccup. So on Saturday, October 21st, from 2 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Sobieski Club in Deep River, there's going to be a fundraiser. So there'll be donations, possibilities, and raffles, and of course, a whole bunch of local musicians pulling together to supply the entertainment to keep it rolling along, including many associated with our little show. Jim Shepley, who was in episode number 9, will be there. Brian May and Wendy Ingram, who were in episode 5, will be there performing with their new band, Sweet Summer Sun. Brian Wolf, who's part of Eben Rose Trio, will be playing with his new outfit, the Weird Brothers. Carl Suter from episode 2 will be there. So there's a whole bunch of Shoreline Music Monthly. And the good news is that Jim, tough as a $2 steak, Harper is doing fine. But you know, the way things are nowadays, if you can't work, you know, Doc says stay home, you should listen. So we're going to all get together, give them a hand, October 21st. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you next month.